Welcome back to Success with Steven. My name is Steven Smith. On this channel, we talk about all things financial literacy. And today we're going to be discussing removing collections from your credit report in 2025. Now, I was going to make an entirely brand new video, but honestly, nothing has changed with this strategy. It works the exact same way. So what I have here is my original video that I put out, and this was back in January 12th of 2024. When I put out this video, I only had around 7 subscribers. Since then, it has garnered 64,000 views, and it has helped, I think, well over 10,000 people remove collections from their credit report. And if we scroll down to the comments, then you can see plenty of confirmations here. I came back to say all collections are officially off. This one's timestamped, just, saying that things were deleted. Did 15 collections off, 10 collections off. 3 collections, 2 late payments, 46 hard inquiries, so on and so forth, right? So I'm pointing all of this out just to let you know that there's nothing new with this method. I paused the video right here because there were a few things that changed. For one thing, the original video was how to remove your collections within 24 hours. Now I would say it takes around 7 days in order for the collections to come off. I've seen some happen within a few days. Some are still 24 hours, but the time frame can vary now. You can follow the exact same steps, only like maybe 3 or 4 things I want to clarify. One, this only works for collections. This does not work for charge-offs. The second thing is this does not work for some utility collections. If you have a utility bill, like an electricity bill, cable bill, internet, things like that, your phone bill, sometimes it will work, sometimes it will not. If it does not work in your situation, then you may need to approach that collection account as a charge off. This works for collections that are sold to third-party debt collectors. That's what this is meant for. That's the only thing that you should be using this method for. I'll repeat, that is it. Other than that, again, everything else is pretty straightforward. It works the exact same way. My recommendation is to follow the timestamps below, and then you're just going to do the step-by-step process of everything that's outlined in this video, and it's still going to work in 2025. If you have any additional questions, please leave them in the comments below. And thank you guys so much for watching this video, and you have a wonderful day. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do is go to Experian.com. So it's going to be usa.experian.com. The reason why I like to use Experian is because they include all 3 credit bureaus. You get Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. With a lot of them, you won't get access to all 3. If you have an alternative that you use to pull up your credit report, that's fine. You just want a report that will show every negative item that you have for all 3 credit bureaus. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is log into Experian or create an account if we don't have one. To protect this individual's information, I logged into the account. As soon as you log in, you're going to click on View Report. You're going to scroll down to the bottom. That's where you should see your collections or negative items. Now, you only need a few things from the report. First thing, you want to make sure that you're on Experian, TransUnion, or Equifax, right? We're going to want to notate which bureau that collection is with. They might not report to all 3. So for this report, this one is with Experian. So the collection accounts here that we have are Midland Credit Management and National Credit Adjust. You're going to copy Midland Credit Management. My recommendation is that you either write this down, you screenshot it, you put it in a Google Keep Note, but you want to write down Experian, Midland Credit Management. You want to make sure that you get the balance, highest balance, whatever is the highest balance. So for this one, it's only showing 1. Balance and original balance are both the same. For you, it may be different. If it is, make sure you get the highest one. You need the name, the balance. You also need the account number, and you need the date opened. All right. So make sure, go to Experian, go to TransUnion, go to Equifax. They may have different names as well, but maybe the same account. You want to make sure that you go Midland Credit Management, copy the name, copy the balance, copy the account number, copy the date opened. And if you have more, we'll just go to the next one. You'll grab the name, National Credit Adjust. You'll grab the balance here, $525. You'll grab the account number here. You'll grab the date opened. And that's all that we need. So take your time now, collect that information, Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, get each of the names, account numbers, the highest balance, the open dates. All right. And then you'll follow me on to that very next step. Before we move on to the next step, I wanted to pull this up. It's the Cornell Law School 15 U.S. Code 1681 Congressional Findings and Statement of Purpose. I just wanted to make sure that you know your rights. You have the right to an accurate and fair credit report. All right. So the banking system is dependent upon fair and accurate credit reporting. And accurate credit reports directly impair the efficiency of the banking system, and unfair credit reporting methods undermine the public confidence, which is essential to the continued functioning of the banking system. So just bear in mind that when you have a third party that says that you owe them something, but you do not have a contract with them, you can ask them to verify that report. And if they can't verify that report, we look at that as fraudulent activity. All right. So we're going to move on to the next screen. We're going to be going to Identitytheft.gov. Once you get there, we're going to click on Get Started. Then we're going to click on I want to report identity theft. There are some other options here. Someone has my information or tried to use it. I'm worried about identity theft. If you are worried that that's going to happen, my information was exposed or breached or something else. So we're going to choose I want to report identity theft. Couple of options here. The one we're going to pick is credit card accounts. But if you had like a loan, there's an option for loans. There's an option for someone opened a debit card, a checking account, savings account in your name, employment or tax fraud. Someone opened a telephone or maybe cable, power in your name, any benefits here or other types of accounts you can also put here. But what we're going to be looking at is credit card accounts. And tell us how your information was misused to open a fraudulent credit card account. And we're going to click continue. All right, we're going to click continue here. All right, and where it says what company or bank issued the credit card, that's where we're going to go back and we're going to copy our account. So remember, you want to make sure that you do the corresponding bureau that we're trying to dispute with. So for this one, I'm just going to give the example of Experian. Hopefully you have written down all of those other ones. Write them all down for Experian. Write them all down for TransUnion. Write them all down for Equifax. So we're going to copy that name and we're going to put it in here. Now it is January of 2024. Whatever month and whatever year that you are currently in watching this video, you want to put that month in that year. So we're going to put January 2024. If you tell us when you know when the account was open, so we can just go back to the report and then we're going to go to the day it was open. So that was May 24th, 2022. So we're going to get May 2022. And if you know the amount, which we do, we're going to go back here. That amount was $1,104, $1,104. And then we're going to enter the account number as well. So the account number right here, we're just going to copy that. Or if you have it in your notes, just get it from there and enter that information. You don't have to worry about this part. We can skip that, but you want to add the additional account here. So we have our first one here. We're adding our second one here. You can do up to 5 accounts per report. Now, if you have more than 5 with Experian, do 5 on one, do the other 5 on the other, or however many you have left on the other. You're going to do this separately for TransUnion and separately for Equifax. All right. So our second collection that we had, was National Credit Adjust. Again, we're just going to simply copy that information, go right here, paste it right in. When did you first notice that problem? Whatever month and whatever year that you are currently in at this time. All right. And tell us when the account was opened. We're going to go back to that. Date open, July 2018. So we're going to put the July 2018. All right, good. And the amount, it's going to be $525. Or again, you want to put the highest balance. Whatever the highest balance is, that's what you want to put. All right. And then we're going to copy this account number. And we're going to paste that in. And just that fast, we're done. Both accounts here. Again, you can do up to 5. If you have more than 5, then you want to do it on another report. And you're going to do a separate report for Experian, a separate report for TransUnion, and a separate report for Equifax. All right, so it's going to ask you for your first name. I'll just use my information here. And your primary phone number. This is not my actual phone number. It's just a Google Voice number that I'm going to use for the demonstration, but you'll want to use your actual phone number, okay? And then your email address. All right, so who's filing this complaint? Myself. And then you want to enter your date of birth. And then here you want to enter your address information. And this is not my actual address. If you go there, I will not be there. And then you could just put however long you live at the address. I'll just put 2010 in January. All right. And your name has not changed. If it has not changed, if you're military service, then you can put yes or no, and then we'll continue on to the next step. All right. Do you know anything about the person who stole your identity? No. All right. So on the 4th page, have you reviewed a copy of your credit report? Yes. Were there any fraudulent accounts included on your credit report? Yes. Was any personal information wrong on your credit report? So you can take this opportunity to get rid of any old addresses or any irrelevant information that you don't want on there. So you can add that. If your name is wrong or you just want one name, make sure that you specify that. I'll just leave that blank for now. I did an entire video on inquiries, so I'm not going to worry about this here. If you want, again, I'm going to link that video and you can watch the video on the inquiries. Have you requested a fraud alert from one of the 3 national credit bureaus? No, not yet. This isn't a big deal. If you get a fraud alert, you can just contact the credit bureaus and remove it. It's not a bad thing. It just has to do extra verification in order to make sure that you are who you say you are. And you can easily call any of the 3 bureaus. They'll remove it immediately. So that's no big deal. Me personally, I didn't even get an alert on there. So I wouldn't worry about that. Have you contacted your local police department? No. Was your personal information exposed in a data breach? No. Has a debt collector contacted you about an account that isn't yours? No. So we're going to hit continue and we're going to move on to the next step. Okay, so next page, step 5 is personal statement. So they want you to submit a personal statement. Here, I just gave an example. You could either copy this verbatim or you can kind of make your own. But I recently reviewed a copy of my credit report and noticed I had fraudulent accounts on my report. Please remove these accounts from my report. They are hurting my ability to obtain credit. So very short, sweet, right to the point. Just let them know that these accounts, you don't recognize them, you didn't authorize them, they're being reported by a third party, and you just want to just give just a couple little details there, and you're all done. So we're going to hit continue here. All right, so on the page 6, final page, we're going to see a little preview of our complaint here. And you're going to check the box, I understand, and you're going to finalize. And you can hit no thanks, just submit without an account, and continue. All right, so you're going to get a report here. You can download the report. Once you have it, there's going to be an option where your printer comes up, but you can go here and then you can just choose the option to save as a PDF. It's going to be different for everybody's computer, but PDF, save, and we could save that to the desktop. All right. And again, we're going to do this for up to 5 per bureau. If you have more than 5, do more than 1. And then we're going to do a separate report for each credit bureau. So if you need to go through, do this process again, do the process for TransUnion, do the process for Equifax, and then we're going to take all 3 of our reports once you're done, and then we're going to go to the next step. All right, so you can go to Google and type in CFPB or go to consumerfinace.gov. So we're on the CFPB website. Just to give you some backstory, CFPB, they were created to basically protect you against banks, lenders, other financial institutions, to make sure that you're being treated fairly. So if you have some type of discrepancy with the credit bureaus, with your bank, with any financial institution, this is who you want to contact. This is who they have to answer to, right? So when you send letters, right, and you want to go through a couple rounds of that, and then this would be like the final step. We're going to circumvent that, and we're not going to wait 30 to 45 days. We're going to go straight to them with our information, and we're going to submit that complaint. So you can go to the very top, submit a complaint. You're going to scroll down and start a new complaint. Now, one thing about this website, if you start a complaint, do not refresh the screen. If you refresh that screen, the complaint won't go through. Okay, it's happened to me. It's happened to a lot of people that I know. The complaint will not go through. So if you have to go back, do anything of that nature, just restart the complaint. All right. So go to start a new complaint. You're going to create an account. Make sure it's an email that you do have access to and that you're going to be using, because you do want to get the responses from them. All right. So start that new complaint, set up that account, and then I'll see you on the next step. All right. So once your account is set up and you're ready to submit a complaint, we have 5 steps to take care of here. The option that we're looking for is credit reporting and other personal consumer reports. There are some other options here that you can go through if you'd like to kind of go through that, check them out at a later date. Then by all means, I would recommend it. What type of credit reporting product? Credit reporting, and then we're going to click on next. All right, and then we're going to go to incorrect information on our credit report. Information belongs to someone else or identity theft. And have you already tried to fix this problem with the company? You always want to say yes, because if not, they'll try to defer you back to the company. Did you request information from the company? Yes. Did the company provide this information? No. All right. I would hit next here. And then what happened? You can pretty much copy and paste the exact same statement that you had previously. So I recently reviewed a copy of my credit report, noticed I have fraudulent activity. And then what would be a fair resolution? Please remove all fraudulent accounts. Thank you. All right. So here where it says attach a document, we want to select those reports that we got. We're going to add that here. Now, again, we're only doing one bureau at a time or 5 at a time per bureau. So this is for Experian. We're going to do one report for Experian. You need to include your driver's license, a picture of that, a picture of your social security card, a picture of a utility bill that shows your address, right? And you just want to make sure you have all this information because sometimes they try to stall you out by saying that you weren't the one who submitted this. So the identity theft report, utility bill, social security card, driver's license. Those 4 things we want to add to this report so they can verify that this is actually you. All right. So the company name that we're looking at right now is Experian. You can type it in. Name's going to pop up. You can just pick the first one at the very top. Then you're going to add all the information here. Last 4 of the social, date of birth, name as it appears on your credit report. Make sure to put the name as it appears on the report. Exactly the same. So last 4 of the social here. We're going to enter our birth date here. And the name as it appears on our credit report. All right. Do you want to complain about another company? No, because this one will be both of the, or in this case, both, but all of the collection accounts for Experian. We're going to put them all here. Again, if you have 5, it's only going to be 5. You have to do another one and then submit another report to the CFPB. So we're going to go next. At the very bottom, it's going to ask you to review. Since I'm actually signing into my account, I had to cut off some of the information there. But after you review the complaint, you're just going to scroll down to the very bottom. You're going to submit the complaint. You should get an email with the complaint details. And that is it. You'll want to repeat this process for TransUnion, repeat the process for Equifax. And, if you only have a collection account for one bureau, then just do one bureau. You could replay the video, make sure that you got all the steps down, and that'll take care of everything. All right, so that should pretty much take care of all the collection accounts. Please like, subscribe. Let me know in the comments if this method worked for you. Also, don't forget to watch my video on hard inquiries. I recommend you do the hard inquiry video first, and then you would do this step next. All right. This is Success with Steven. Thank you for watching. Appreciate you. Have a great day.